relocation is God's rescue plan. Yes, He had me. This relocation, it is God's rescue plan. I had to document this here so that in the next 20, 30, 40 years, we'll come back to it and see that truly God did not leave us. Rather, He just started with us. I know a lot of religious leaders and people would be saying God definitely has forgotten the country, God has abandoned us because of all of what's been going on, the havoc in the country, and then Satan may think that he has got the country where he wants. Everyone is living, the best minds are all dashing out of the country, and the country is just left, bare. And Satan thinks that, yeah, he's done it. He's got the country under his hook. But that's not true. You know the way that God always turns the plan of Satan for the good of his people? That's what is happening. It looks like the country is in havoc, the country is in a terrible mess, but it is God's plan. God has a way He's about to turn the upside down table to become how it should be. All of the people you see living, it's all God's fulfillment. This is God's rescue plan. He's going to bring them back. When He's bringing them back, they're not just going to be these weak people anymore. Then they'll be stronger because they've been exposed. They've been exposed to the foreign land. They've been exposed to better education. They've been exposed to better mindset. They've been exposed to better beliefs. The religiosity is not going to be there anymore. The tribal differences is not going to be there anymore. The thuggery is not going to be there anymore. Even the poverty mentality is not going to be there anymore. When this influx of people leaving the country, going outside the world to get much more enlightened, when they begin to come back, do you know how great Nigeria would be? Do you know how great the country would be? This is God's rescue plan. In the next 20, 30, 40 years time, we'll be amazed of the kind of mind that we will have in this nation. There won't be those tribal, thuggery, poverty, myopic mindset anymore. We'd have people who are much intelligent, who understand the relevance of a good school, who understand the relevance of good education, who understand the relevance of good infrastructure, who understand the relevance of good hospitals, who knows what it is to make good roads. There won't be people who want to do cheap things anymore. There will be people who want to do great things. It will be minds that are well enlightened. It will be minds that are well equipped. It will be minds that see things on a broader aspect, on the aspect that is not going to be on cheap basis anymore. I know some people will say, are you sure they're going to come back? They are going to come back. You're living now, you're leaving the country, and you think that, I will never return back to Nigeria. Oh, they'll come back. You will. Your children will come back. Your great-grandchildren will come back. It may not even be you, because I don't see it happening with the next generation. But talking about 20 or 30 to 40 years time, we'll have people return back. The children of these people who have left, who are now, almost in the same cadre with those in the outside world, who are now in the same intelligence with those outside. They will come back with sound. They will come back as sound mind. We'll have people who are sound, wanting to govern the country, people who are sound, wanting to lead. This is God's rescue plan. People who have seen how it is done out there, they will want to come back and replicate it here. They will come back to do great business here. But they'll be doing things that can stand the test of time. This is not Satan's plan. This is God's rescue plan. To liberate Nigeria. Watch it. It's a move. The way government is done over there, we're going to start experiencing it here. Nigeria is in the heart of God. And this is how it's going to be His liberation. Just the way when Moses came back, he was much equipped to liberate his people because he has been there. He has stayed in Egypt. He has seen the way government was happening. He knew the way people were led. So he knew that what they were having was slavery. We're going to have people return back and do better and do right things. Aren't you amazed that some of the people who are already living and have spent like 1 or 2 years, when they talk differently now. They see things differently. They don't see things religiously. They don't see things in one-sided direction. Let me give you an instance. Just like the story of Joseph. Joseph had to be sold out from his place, and he had to relocate into another country because his brothers obviously sold him out. But at that point, it looked as if everything was just going to go wrong. His dream and everything was just going to be bad, like the worst could have happened to Joseph. But that was not it. God had to do all of those things to preserve. The Bible says that when Joseph actually saw his brother, when he had become prime minister, he told them, he said, you may have done this out of odds, but God had to do it to preserve us. God has a rescue plan. Sometimes when it looks as if wickedness wants to take over the world because the wicked heart of the brothers thought that they were destroying Joseph. But no, God was using it to bring his own plan. All of this happening, God has a plan. God has not left us. God just started with us. I know you're going to say everybody should just relocate. No, everybody cannot relocate because there are some people that are going to have to stay back and hold the fort, stay back and guide the territories. So before you take the step, you need to pray and ask the Lord, what is your will for me? But don't let nobody fool you that this is the plan of the enemy and God has abandoned Nigeria. No, rather this is God's rescue plan.